been away for a few days?
Yes, I can't able to attend the class last 2 days.
Mm-hmm. And also Ranjit. I wonder why.
Okay, okay. I don't know. You didn't attend the class?
I think when you didn't attend, he didn't attend also for, I think for 3 days now,
Okay.
or I'm not sure. Do you want to start
Okay.
now?
What, madam?
Do you want us to start speaking, practice?
Yes, yes. We will start.
Do you want to give me questions first and then I'll give you questions after?
Okay, madam, sure. Which part do you want?
We can start with part one and
Okay,
start from there.
okay. Do you work somewhere? Are you a student?
I am working right now, but I work from home. Since the outbreak of the pandemic, I took a leave of absence and I'm still employed with that work. I'm still receiving my pay every month. And now I have also another job that I can do from home.
Okay. Do you find studying difficult sometimes? Why?
Can you repeat, please?
Do you find studying difficult sometimes? Why?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. The studies can be difficult when you are demotivated to to pursue your studies. And when you are demotivated, it's mainly because maybe you don't see any progress when you are trying to learn something. So those are, yeah, that's can be difficult for that can be difficult for people who are studying.
Ever traveled by boat?
I do travel by boat, and it depends. If I can travel, I can access to get to my destination by land. I would prefer by land, but I would prefer also by air over traveling by land. And with boat, I think that's my third choice if I have those choices.
Okay. Do people use boats a lot in your country?
Yeah, that's interesting because in my country we are surrounded with many islands. So that means that to get to the other island from one island, you have to take a boat. So yes, that's true. We travel by boat a lot.
Would you like to own a boat someday?
Actually, I'm planning to travel with my two sisters in a cruise ship. We plan to have a holiday for at least like maybe 2 weeks. So yeah, that's a plan in the future. And yeah, that's something that I can look forward to, and that's on the horizon.
Okay. Part
That,
finished, madam.
that's it. Okay. It's your turn. I'll ask you questions. Your questions. So which one do you prefer?
Part 3.
Part 3. Okay, your part 3 questions. So this is about restaurants.
Okay.
Your part 3 questions. Why do you think people go to restaurants when they want to celebrate something?
I think nowadays people enjoy their birthday parties and wedding ceremonies in a restaurant because it is the good point, good place to enjoy everyone, and it will help to recreate their memories. And also, it is very worthful because nowadays they are spending a lot or lot of time with other places, it's sometimes they feel very difficulty. But a restaurant is the special place to convey the people proper answer, and they will conduct some meetings like their dances and singing song and celebration that will help to help to create new memories, and they will mingle with their friends and families in a restaurant. That's why that people are usually a comfortable place to mingle their celebration in that place. I think that's why everyone like to
Yes.
select restaurant in that ceremonies.
Okay. Second question. Do you think fast food restaurants will be more popular than traditional restaurants in the future?
I think nowadays people are concentrating their health because health is wealth. That's why uh, in future people are concentrating compared to food, traditional food is better to their health. But nowadays everyone like to eat pop like food because they don't know. But nowadays everyone know health is how much important, because for instance in this pandemic situation everyone affected their health. So I think people are uh, now more understood, because health is the most important things in our daily life. So traditional food is, compared to other food, traditional food is better to their healthy, and they maintain proper diet. It will help to improve our everyone body immune system. So traditional food will be future its predominant role playing everyone life.
Okay. Next question. Some people say that food is an expensive. Okay. Some people say that food in an expensive restaurant is always better than food in a cheap restaurant. Do you agree?
Yes, I agree, because restaurant people are, they are concentrating their business. They want to make their money. But in some cheap restaurants, they they will develop their skills because they want customer. So they will slowly develop their cheap restaurant to high level. At that time, they will provide good food and healthy food. In that feedback, it will uh, uh, help to recruit new customers. So cheap restaurant is the one of the most crucial role play in compared to that restaurant.
Okay, your next question and your last.
Okay.
Do you think that there will be a greater choice of food available in shops in the future? Or will there be less choice?
I think greater food is available in the future, because food food is the important thing in every life. Even if we are poor or rich, that's not a problem. Everyone want good food in nowadays and in the future. So it is the a better availability chances in future also.
Okay, pretty good. Awesome. So that's the
Thank
end of
you.
your speaking test. Let's take Akash. Akash, welcome.
Thank you. Sorry for joining late.
No,
Actually, I
it's
had
okay.
one call and that was kind of interview. So,
Okay, okay. Well, I hope it went well. That's good.
yeah, it was just pre-screening round and let's see what happens.
Okay, hoping for the best, Akash. Akash, is it okay to ask you to give cue card to Anish?
Yeah, sure.
Cue card.
Okay.
And then after that, Anish, would you be kind to give questions to Akash after?
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. So let's start with the question.
Okay, Akash.
Yeah. It's the cue card is about hobby. Describe an interesting hobby. You should say what it is, what kind of people do it, how it is done, and explain why you think it is interesting. Let me just, you need 1 minute for preparation.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, sure. Okay, the time starts now.
Okay.
I want to say hi to my YouTube friends. Thank you for coming. Thank you for visiting. Someone was waiting before I even started. Waiting to watch my live on YouTube. Okay, guys, you can
Okay,
see the
can I
peace
start?
tower.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Running is the most important hobby for me because it will help to our immune system and it will develop our body fitness and it will de-stress our life schedule. We are going to be morning time running. It will help to that day full of peace of mind and it creates improve our memory power and also it will reduce our blood pressure and diabetic diseases also. And usually we are going to the morning time. Some people are going to the evening time. They will create their new friends circles in that ground. Sometimes in outdoor is the best place to running option. So that time we spend a lot of time with their friends. We will see new people in their outdoor stadium. That will create our memories and that time we will search. We will see with the new peoples that will help to our communication skills and develop our other systematic changes because we will see some motivated people. Sometimes we are lazy. That time we think, oh, that people are doing good. So slowly we will improve our communication skill, improve our daily activities. After that, it is the comfortable.
Okay. 2 minutes are done. Okay. Great.
Thank you.
Okay, now.
Can we start?
Okay. Yeah.
Which part do you want?
Any part. We can go with part 2 itself. Cue card.
Okay.
I actually am focusing more on cue card because I have test on Sunday.
Okay, Akash, okay. Talk about a game, not a sport, that you enjoyed playing when you were a child. Please say where you played it, who you played it with, when you played it, and say why you liked it so much. Okay?
Okay.
Can I repeat?
Yeah, no, sorry, and I got your questions. Yeah.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
need 1 minute.
Do you want preparation time?
Yeah.
Okay, 1 minute starts.
Okay.
Okay, while Akash is preparing, I want to welcome Jubaer and Humayan. You guys are partners. Jubaer, oh, okay. Yeah, maybe Humayan will ask Jubaer questions and then Jubaer will ask Humayan.
Okay. Humayun. Yeah, Jubaer, I'm there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jubaer after Akash, okay? I'll
Okay,
mute you
so
first.
which Okay, so Jubair, should I ask the question?
Akash is gonna speak first for the cue card. Your 1 minute preparation, Akash, is
Okay, yeah, let me start.
okay.
Yeah, childhood memories are the best memories that one can cherish. In childhood, people in my age, there were no mobile phones, and there were totally indoor games as well as outdoor games. But mostly, I and along with my friends, also sometimes with my cousin, used to play snake and ladder game, which is a kind of board where it's quite interesting game which includes a dice which has numbers on its cube. It has numbers from 1 to 6, and whenever we roll the dice, and once the number 6 comes, and then only the game starts for that player. And the maximum player is around no, the 4 to 6 players. And I really enjoyed the game, and the game is quite interesting where you can even climb the ladders from the from the dice that you have. Also, once you reach at the particular point where it's a snake, and then you just have to roll down across to the bottom and start the game all over again from that particular point. And the numbers included are from 1 to 100. There are several ladders and also snakes. And the most interesting part of this game is like when a person when a player reaches 2.99, over there it's a snake which directly jumps to the bottom on the first row. I guess around 7 or 9 numbers, and that is the most disappointing part of the game, where you are just one step ahead of reaching the game, and you just have to come down and start the game all over. So
Okay, time is up.
yeah.
Okay, thank you, Akash.
Thank you.
You did a good job there.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.
You get those ideas pretty fast off your head.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's take Jubair and Humayan. And I'll get back to you guys after the two Jubair and Humayan. Yeah.
Okay.
So you can start.
There. Yes, you can ask me part from part three. Yes, I'm done. Okay, I'm gonna ask you part 3 question. Is it okay that if I ask you part 3 question? Okay. Okay, so describe what you think is a healthy diet. Definitely, diet is important for every person's because if they haven't followed the diet, there can be some health problems like if they haven't followed the health diets, later they can suffer some illnesses like diabetes, hypertension, and other diseases. It's obligatory for everyone following the proper health diet.
Humayan?
It's my answer in the first question. Next question,
Okay, so
please.
are there many vegetarians in your country?
Okay. Perhaps as far I experienced in my village, I see that 40% of out of 100 the following they are vegetarian. They are careful of their health. So we, as we know about that, the health diet and vegetables have some benefits if they eat vegetable rather than animal flesh. That help the fulfilling the nutrition value, like as later they would not be suffer any nutrition related illnesses. For that reason, they are keen on to always keen on to eat vegetables.
Why do you think some people choose? Yeah.
Okay, Humayan. Okay, proceed.
Okay, so why do you think some people choose to be vegetarians?
Okay, I reckon that they have experienced about the people who haven't following the diet. They are fond of eating animal flesh and other type of foods. They have been following their the health physician health advice. They are suffering from illnesses. For that reason, they think that they if they have been following the proper diet and rules regulations about taking foods like is have to take the vegetable in every meal. For that reason, they are interested and they may have made their routines to have made their plan to eat everyday vegetables.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you the last question, which is more and more people are becoming overweight nowadays. What do you think might be the cause of this?
Perhaps there are various reasons people are facing the obesity problem. The main causes of that they are fond of eating the red meat. So red meat, the only one food, then they create the obesity. They create the obesity as well as they have been following to eat exact time in every day. So according to the nutritionist, they suggest to everyone if you take a meal an exact time in every day, that will help you to digest properly. If you continuously changing your schedule for lunch time and dinner time, so you will have a chance to eat more foods. As it is, they are okay.
Okay, so can I ask me some part 3 question?
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna reading to answer part 3. I'm gonna ask some sports. Okay.
Yeah.
What are the most popular outdoor sports in your country?
Okay, so there are several sports are playing by youth in my country. Mostly, I have found that cricket, football, and also hockey the most playing games in nowadays. Apart from those, there are some several athletics are participating in different competition. But if I go for the highest percentage, and definitely it would be the cricket and football.
Okay.
Okay, why do some people dislike walking?
Okay, so it's really a debatable question for the most of the people, that why they are not gonna like like to go for work. Who have enough knowledge about knowledge and consciousness about the physical health. And definitely there's some people that they always try to follow the walking in the several times in their routine. But I think they were lazy, and also they don't have the precautions about their life, that they're gonna make the pure regularities, rules and regularities. They are often try to avoid the work. But in nowadays, there's some people who really find out the obstacles for to be in a healthy life. They try to test try to find out the obstacles, so why they are getting proper health in their daily life. So in that case, the number of people are increasing to get a work in daily life.
Okay, do people like to play indoor sports or outdoor sports in your country?
Okay, so it's a variable question. In my opinion, it depends on people's choice, how they feel good. But mostly, I have found that there are some tendency by most of the people that who are going to out from the home, and also always try to enjoy their life by playing outdoor game. But there's some people who have been intense and also not feeling enjoyable to go out for outdoor game. In that time, that they have some management to for playing in their home.
Okay.
In that time they have, yeah.
Okay. We have a last question. What are the benefits for children to play outdoor games?
Okay, so there are some scientific results by some health organizations. If children go outside and have try to outdoor game, in that time, it's going to be a good outcome for their growth, and also to be a healthy life, that the organisms of body will be suitable for facing any kind of disease, and also it can be a good role for their enjoyable mind, that it can be a good way to refreshment as well.
Thank you. You were so fluent in answering. Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's back to ma'am.
Thank you, guys. Yes, that was awesome. Okay, I want to give some feedback for everybody. I saw Momino, but now it disappears, so maybe it's because of the connection. But anyways, let's proceed, and then I'll get back to Momino when he comes in again. Okay, starting from Aneesh, I will give feedback. Aneesh, I think I gave you part 3 questions, and I noticed that your answers were too long. I know that for part 3 it's longer than part 1, but it should not be longer than 1 minute. I think you always gave your answer more than 1 minute, and 1 minute is already very long. From IELTS Advantage, I learned that it should be around 45 minutes. No, minutes. Oh, what I'm talking about. Seconds, sorry. 45 seconds. So not longer than 45 seconds. If it's 1 minute, okay, that's still acceptable. But if it's more than 1 minute, that's really a lot already. That's very long. And okay, so just some tips.
Okay.
You must be aware that when you are sitting there in your actual exam, just remember all those things. And with Jubaer, you mentioned vegetables. And this is for everybody, okay? Vegetables, I think at first you said vegetable. So I don't know which one is correct, but I know on Google, it's vegetable, okay? Vegetable. Now, another thing, you said, this is Jubaer saying this, but like I said, it's for everybody. Every person's. So how do you correct when you say every person's? This is incorrect, Jubaer.
What would be every person or every persons?
Yeah, every is singular. So it should be followed by either singular verb or singular, okay, noun, every person. So there should be no S. If you say everyone, and then the next word, if you are using verb, should be in a singular form. Okay, and another thing, you said animal flesh. So you were talking about vegetarian and non-vegetarian. I think there's nothing wrong with animal flesh, but it sounds like raw, like in your context, it should be animal meat or just meat instead of flesh. Okay. Now, there was also from Aneesh, pandemic. Okay, I always hear this, not only Aneesh, but most of you guys, you say pandemic. But it's not pandemic, it's pandemic. Okay? It's not pandemic. It is what? Okay.
Pandemic.
Yeah, that's incorrect.
Pandemic.
Pandemic. Let's consult.
Pandemic.
Yes, exactly. Okay, let's consult Google.
Pandemic.
See?
Pandemic.
Yeah, you almost don't hear the the first syllable. But the way you say it, guys, most of you, you sound the pan, like you emphasize the pan instead of just making it not sound that much. Like this.
Pandemic.
See? Pandemic. So the pan is like covered by the sound demic.
Pandemic.
Pandemic. You almost don't say the pan. Pandemic. You say pandemic. The same thing with academic. Academic. But most of you say academic. Okay? So it's because there are common words that we use when we have our speaking test, it's really good. It will help if you practice that, because the more you say it, the more the examiner will mark you down. Because we may say these words 2 times, 3 times, 4 times while we're speaking, right? Because they are common. And another thing for Humayan, you're a good speaker. You always, I'm always amazed how you use those phrases. You speak with phrases like you said, the number of people, there is a scientific research. Those are really impressive. But I noticed too, you said about nowadays, I think that was, I can't remember, but you said in nowadays. So in that context, you just say nowadays, people nowadays. But I think you said people blah 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 in nowadays. I don't know, it might be just a slip, you know the rules, but sometimes because it's not our native language, we slip. Okay, so I think that's about it.
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay.
I got your point.
All right, so we still have some minutes. I can ask you questions randomly, or you can speak for 1 minute if you like. So let's start with Anish. 1 minute for you. Just anything you want to talk about.
In this world, I would like to enjoy traveling, because traveling is one of the best relieving method and enjoying every day in our life. Because in this hectic schedule, we have to go to spend a leisure time with our free time in some forest area and other restaurant and some places. That time we can get together with other friends and we can communicate, get together, then keep in touch in day by day life. So I think traveling is the most important thing important things in our daily life, and also we'll enjoy that time with that time. And also traveling, while we are traveling one place to other place, it will help to improve our knowledge and develop our creating our new ideas. It will help to
Okay,
our
time
next
is up.
stage of life.
Okay, time is up.
Thank you, madam.
Now next Akash, and next to Akash is Jubaer, and then Humayan. Okay, Akash, jump in.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about the topic reading. Reading is the key to building several, it helps in developing cognitive skills as well as remembering several things in our life. Reading is the most important thing that everyone needs to have such a hobby in one's life. It helps us in improving skills. Also, when you are reading a particular subject, by concentrating it, it also helps in developing a new language. You will be able to you will be surprised once you will get an understanding of totally new language. Reading fictional as well as non-fictional books will help you gather what happens in the surroundings, to generate more ideas, and while writing something, also delivering a speech.
Okay, next Jubaer, your turn. Thank you guys. Okay, Humayan, jump in.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, Jubaer. Okay. Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
I'm talking about the early riser. We know about the real research. So the person who wake up from sleep very beginning of the day, they can get some health benefits. Like they can go for exercise for half an hour, and then they can start their normal days. For a student, definitely it's important for them. If they wake up very beginning of the day, in the morning, every person brain is too sharp to remembering anything. So according to research, so that there in 2 hours in the morning is equal to the 8 hours working in whole days. For that reason, if we wake up if we wake up from
okay, just about 1 minute. Wow, good timing. All right, now it's done. Zoom time is finished, and I'm looking at the camera of my YouTube live stream. And when you look at the sky, it's so gray. We have a downcast, and the forecast is it's gonna rain today. We'll see. Yesterday was really gorgeous. It was sunny, blue skies and breezy. Okay guys, bye. Bye YouTube.